Hi everyone, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. And if you're new here on this channel, it's where we talk about some of the new releases, reissues, and represses that came out on vinyl today. We start out with a pick of the week, and let's get to it. So this week I'll just have the one pick of the week for you, and it's Claude, and it is called Supermodels, and this comes to us on Dead Oceans. Now, this is her second record at Supermodels. It's out now through Phoebe Bridgers, her Satisfactory Records, and it's this very infectious crash course in the genre of indie pop. Now, Claude is carving out a niche in hard on her sleeve indie music that doesn't kind of shy away from, catchy pop ambition. I keep saying she, but they are them, so excuse me for that. Satisfaction is like it's a reoccurring feeling throughout all of Supermodels here. It's not a single song too long, or you find yourself maybe wishing some of the really good stuff lasted a little bit longer, but they're in a position where they don't want to overstay their welcome, but it really makes you want to replay it kind of over and over again. This is a 13-song record, and sometimes those can feel a little risky because they tend to be a little too drawn out, but not so. In the case of Supermodels, it's just kind of fattens up the listening experience, and there's really something for everybody on this record. It only kind of lends itself to the effectiveness in retaining you as a listener, and it's a pop album that's just not afraid to rock. And when Claude does decide to rock, they don't hold back. And this is on what they're calling cloud-colored vinyl. You can see that on the sticker here, and I'm not really sure exactly what that's meant to look like. It could be like a milky white kind of color. I'm not sure. But anyway, give it a listen. Really good second LP effort from Claude. Nice. Okay, so then we're moving on to 5 Seconds of Summer, and this one is called Upwards from the Royal Albert Hall, and it is 2 LPs. It's through BMG Rights Management, and in September of 2022, 5 Seconds of Summer played an exclusive one-off show, The Feeling of Falling Upwards. It was live at the world-famous Royal Albert Hall, which is just like an amazing venue in London. And the band performed a set of reimagined versions of songs from their 11-year catalog on this, plus brand new songs from their latest album, as 5SOS5, accompanied by an orchestra and a choir. So here you have 2 LPs, black vinyl, gatefold jacket with these gold accents, and it includes a 2-panel insert. So I think this comes on CD as well. I just don't have it to hand. We're still getting stuff out of the boxes. I just, wanted to get this stuff going for you. Next up, we have Ava Max, and this is Heaven and Hell. It's on Atlantic, and Heaven and Hell as kind of this loose conceptual framework going on. It's the first half is uplifting, and the second half is darker. We're back to the era of like prime Gaga and Katy Perry on this one, with nailed on melodies and very high wire vocals, and this album is determined to entertain. So these songs make you feel that who you are is just perfect, and we're never too old to hear that. So good for Ava Max there for a good effort as well. Okay, this is a reissue anniversary edition of Charlie XCX. It's Pop 2, and this is the 5-year anniversary. It's on Atlantic, and Charlie XCX, iconic figure in the arts, having helped expand the landscape of popular music over the last decade by seamlessly traversing the underground and the mainstream with her artistic output. Pop 2 is very highly regarded as one of Charlie's most fan favorite records, and it includes a plethora of iconic collaborations, including Caroline Polachek from Dresden Dolls, and what is her other band? I guess she's a solo act too, but Kim Petras, Carly Rae Jepsen, and Tove Lo. Pop 2 features the track Unlock It, which soared to the popularity last year on TikTok, and the single Out of My Head, celebrating 5 years since its original release. Charlie XCX's mixtape Pop 2 is available on translucent purple vinyl. It doesn't tell you that anywhere on the sleeve, but that's this mirror sleeve is also it's updated packaging, so that will signal to you that it's got the purple vinyl in here, and there's a poster as well. Okay. And then we have Death Cab for Cutie. This is the Open Door EP. Now, this is through Barsuck Records, and originally released as a companion to 2008's Narrow Stairs. Barsuck is excited to get the Open Door EP back into print on standard weight vinyl. This release features 4 studio tracks: Little Bribes, A Diamond and a Tether, My Mirror Speaks, I Was Once a Loyal Lover, plus a demo version of the Narrow Stairs track, Talking Bird. Okay, so that's kind of nice. Always love when there's a Death Cab reissue because they've been out of print for a while. All right, this is Deftones. It's self-titled. It's on the Maverick label. It's their self-titled 4th studio album featuring the songs Hexagram and Minerva. It celebrates its 20th anniversary here with a limited edition ruby red color vinyl, and it does kind of tell you that on the sticker here too. This album, it features a strong change in musical direction from the band's previous albums, ranging from some of their heavier compositions to moody trip hop and shoegaze influences. So that is here for you now. All right. Next up, this is Galantis Pharmacy. It's also a reissue on the Atlantic label. So Pharmacy takes us on this musical journey with each listen. If you're wanting like big room characteristics, driving bass lines and euphoric synths. Long story short, this album is your perfect summer festival soundtrack. Galantis sets the tone straight from the start with this tune called Forever Tonight, and that track opens with dance floor rhythms and like these really soaring vocals. It's the perfect opener. The great thing about this album is that even the most obvious pop-infused tracks like Gold Dust and Firebird manage to offer something that, you know, sounds unique and different from the typical progressive house tracks that flood the charts like these days. Pharmacy offers strong hints of disco and funk, and in the likes of the tunes Peanut Butter Jelly and Louder, Harder, Better, and both tracks demonstrate a fresh vibe to mix things up. While Galantis have worked hard to deliver an all-around polished album, don't expect anything groundbreaking, but then again, it's not supposed to be. If you're after a fun-filled album to brighten your day, this is the album you need. I believe these are a Swedish duo that, you know, dabble in electronics and stuff like that. But anyway, it's a good fun time record. Okay, then I hope I'm saying this right. Glaive, Glaive, Glaive. Okay, I care so much that I don't care at all. This is on Interscope. Produced with previous collaborators Jeff Hazen and Ralph Castelli, alt-prop prodigy. Glaive's debut album, I Care So Much I Don't Care at All, it finds him turning inward, reflecting with blunt honesty about growing up and outgrowing his North Carolina hometown. Glaive recorded the 13-track collection in a windowless garage in LA with a dog and no air conditioning. That doesn't sound great. Featuring the singles As If and I'm Nothing, That's All I Am. And this comes to us on Coke Bottle Clear vinyl. And gosh, this is one of those stickers that is writing on black. And I think it does tell you that it's on that Coke Bottle vinyl there, but bring your magnifying glass, for God's sake, I can't tell. Okay, this is the great Adrienne Lenker and Buck Meek, and this is A-Sides and B-Sides, and it's through Saddle Creek. This is a reissue. It's A-Sides and B-Sides, providing an early glimpse of what was soon to come, while standing on their own as documents of a deeply meaningful time in the creative lives of Adrienne Lenker and Buck Meek of Big Thief. It's a massively overlooked essential folk recording. Lenker and Meek have enough charisma to put the coldest person in a warm, you know, transcendent ease, and calming and charming in its youthful, stripped back nature. But once it gets mature, it hits you like a fucking brick. Gorgeous performance and written. It's made to resonate for a long, long time. And this is on maroon colored vinyl. And I believe it does tell you that on the sticker here as well. And then that's actually the color of the vinyl. Okay, then we have Maggie Lindemann, and this is Paranoia, and this is on Swigs Audio. So Maggie Lindemann's 2021 debut here was called Paranoia. It launched her as one of pop's most subversive forces. with Knife Under My Pillow, Gaslight featuring Sick Brain, Scissor Hands, Loner, and Crash and Burn. The EP revealed her progression as an artist coming into her own with darker alt-punk pop sound. So with over 100,000 units sold and more than 200 million streams globally, it's time to revisit Paranoia, and it's now on vinyl. Okay, then we have Joni Mitchell. This reissue is called Clouds. It's Rhino Warner Records. That's the second album by the Canadian singer-songwriter. It was released in May of 1969 on Reprise. And after releasing her debut album, Song to a Seagull, to considerable exposure, she recorded Clouds at A&M Studios in Hollywood. So Clouds is a great leap forward for Joni Mitchell. Vocals here are more forthright and assured than on her debut record. They exhibit this remarkable level of subtle expressiveness, and guitar alone is used for accompaniment, and the variety of playing approaches and then the sounds that she's gotten here are most impressive. Her amazing self-portrait on the album's cover is also a further asset. This essential release is really a must listen. Okay, now we have Rita Ora, and this is called You and I. This is through BMG Rights Management UK. Following on from her 2018 album Phoenix, Rita Ora returns with her brand new album, featuring singles You Only Love Me and Praising You, with a co-writing credit on every track. This album is Rita's most diaristic project yet, and it pays homage to her own eclectic taste. At its core, You and I is a high-spirited record and what it feels like to fall in love and enter a new stage of life. Okay, this we've seen this before, but this is now vinyl RM from BTS. It's called Indigo, and this is on Big Hit Music. It's the first solo album from album Indigo by RM of BTS, and it's officially available for the first time now on vinyl. Indigo includes different tracks in collaboration with various artists that portray RM's prevailing thoughts. The contents of this are the album. It includes the 12-inch vinyl, outer jacket, 3 premium photo boards, a booklet, a folded lyric poster, instant photo, and photo card. So very pared down packaging, I think just like the CD box was, but inside I guess you get all the extras. Next up, Rolling Stones Metamorphosis. This is on ABCO, the first official Rolling Stones Rarities collection. Sorry, my voice is getting croaky. Give me a minute. Sorry. Okay, the first official Rolling Stones Rarities collection. It was originally released in June of 1975. The release combines legendary outtakes, rarities, and a wealth of demos that Mick Jagger and Keith Richards composed for other artists, which were subsequently re-recorded and by the Stones themselves. This collection includes an orchestrated version of Out of Time, featuring Quentin Tarantino's film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's 180-gram LP. Standard black vinyl on that one. All right, this is Russian Circles. This is called Station, and this is the 15th anniversary edition of this through Sargent House, and it was originally released in 2008. So Station marked the second album in an 8 LP journey that tracked the band's rise to the upper echelon of heavy music. 15 years later, the beloved album is set to be reissued here, and vinyl's not set to be, it is reissued here through Sargent House on vinyl. It's got these lumbering layers of chiseled post-rock and feathery psychedelic infusions going on. It continued to rev and entice listeners old and new. Station weaves intense and cinematic compositions that form into this audible head trips that defy pigeonholing. In addition, Station was the first Russian Circles album to feature now longtime member Brian Cook on bass. It's an indie exclusive. It's on transparent blue vinyl. It does tell you that on the sticker too. Okay. Next, also a reissue of Smashing Pumpkins, Monuments to an Elegy. This is through BMG Rights Management, the ninth studio album by American alternative rock band Smashing Pumpkins, originally released in 2014 on Martha's Music. So bandleader Billy Corgan noted that the band's previous release, Oceana, the album is part of the 34-track music project Tiergarten by Kaleidoscope. So they released 2 albums within a year of each other, starting with Monuments to an Elegy here on December 9th, to be followed by Day for Night in 2015. So Billy Corgan says, for those interested in sound, think guitars, 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 and more guitars, but more so on the epic side of things than, say, grossly metallic. And he continues saying, manning the boards is producer Howard Willing, with whom I had the pleasure of working with during the Adore sessions. Playing drums throughout Monuments to an Elegy is also Tommy Lee. That's kind of an interesting little side break for you there, too. And again, this one, it says it includes a free download, but I believe this is black standard issue vinyl, too. Now, we have a various artists, and it is Sleater Kinney, Dig Me In, Dig Me Out covers album. It's on the Many Hats distribution label. So Sleater Kinney, they first emerged from Olympia, Washington in 1994. Group's 1997 landmark album, Dig Me Out, earned a spot on Rolling Stone's 500 greatest albums of all time. So during 2015, they returned from a decade-long hiatus with the triumphant No Cities to Love, which closed out 2015 on dozens of year-end lists. And then again in 2019, they teamed up with St. Vincent to produce The Center Won't Hold, followed by a North American and a European tour with multiple sold-out dates. So Path of Wellness, their 10th studio and first self-produced album, was released last year before embarking on a summer co-headlining tour with Wilco that included iconic venues like Red Rocks, Merriweather Post Pavilion, and more. So to commemorate 25 years of their iconic record, Dig Me Out, the band gathered artists across genres to reimagine the 13 original tracks that they had recorded. And its artists include Courtney Barnett, St. Vincent, Wilco, the Linda Lindas, Jason Isbell, Amanda Shires, and more. So real, very eclectic group of people covering these songs. And, wow, really, really cool. So there you go. Okay. This is Summer Walker, and it's called Clear 2, Soft Life EP. It's on Interscope. And I know it looks like the title is Clear, 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 the series, but, it's the Summer Walker live recordings. On side 1, you've got the Clear EP, and on side 2, you've got Clear 2, Soft Life. So this is like, both of them combined on one. On 2021's Still Over It, if you remember, Summer Walker kind of aired her dirty laundry, calling out her ex for being a liar, clout chaser, a deadbeat, sometimes over his own production. She goes, I want to start with your mama. She should have whooped your ass, is what she's saying on that. Now, some boyfriends and babies later, she's less interested in writing about life resembling an episode of Love and Hip Hop, and she's finding serenity. So trudging through her messy personal life and emerging on the other side, Walker models growth for people who saw themselves in a jilted, as the jilted narrator of Still Over It. So we're going to evolve mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally. She resolves on the spoken word every day. All right, so she's saying we're all going to evolve, and there's a spoken word part on Agayu's Revelation, and backed by really nice twinkling pianos and light woodwinds, courtesy of people like Solange, Steve Lacy, and John Carroll Kirby. For Walker, the soft life isn't just poolside and wine spritzers, it's learning from your mistakes and developing self-compassion. So don't try to spin the block on her until you've got clear chakras and a heavily annotated copy all about love. I want to say this is on clear vinyl, is it? Yes, it's on exclusive clear vinyl, which makes sense as it's the clear EP. Okay. Now, here is Coulter Wall. This is called Little Songs, and this is RCA Records. It's the highly anticipated new album from Canadian singer-songwriter Coulter Wall. on Little Songs, fans of Walls will find the same hard scrabble voice they've loved over the years, connecting contemporary world to the values, hardships, and celebrations of rural life. The album is produced by Wall and Patrick Lyons, who features 8 new original songs as well as 2 fan favorites, Hoyt Axton's Evangelina and Ian Tyson's The Coyote and the Cowboy. Little Songs is an upbeat, sometimes somber glimpse into the rural work and social life of the Canadian West, and more so than the previous albums, kind of emotional turns as mature and heartening as the resonant baritone voice writing and singing them. Okay, and I believe that is also standard issue black vinyl. Okay, now this one I am not confident that I can say this correctly, but I know y'all know who it is. It's Extenation. Okay, here, it's not extension, it's like Extenation. Okay, and it's Extenation Presents Members Only Volume 3. This is a double LP. Members Only is the label, and this is like the second mixtape by American hip-hop group Members Only. It was released via SoundCloud in June of 2017. It is the final Members Only project to be released during Extenation's lifetime. Members Only is a group of Extenation formed as he was still bubbling beneath the surface of the mainstream. The album features Extenation, Ski Mask, The Slump God, Kid Trunks, Rob Banks, Craig Zen, Bass Santana, Flyboy Tarantino, Kinsoul, Kill Station, Coolie Cut, and Tankhead. Okay, and I think that this is back in print for like the first time pressed on black vinyl, and it tells you that on the sticker. Okay, so that's like the short list for you. I'm going to post the list down below with the prices, and there'll be some stuff on there that we were not, able to cover here just now, but as I explained to you last week, things are getting short and sweet, and I'm just doing the best I can for you, okay? So I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great Friday, the rest of the day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.